you should probably Discord live. Tylko jednego mam, koksy piec kram. No, just kidding. Anyways, welcome back to 4-digit MWC3. This is the United States versus Poland. And we're right on time for the warm-ups. And I don't know, yeah, this might be Poland's warm-up because this is mapped by Tidek, none other than the infamous Tidek. It is indeed I, Rat Pages, commentating this match right here. And let me tell you a little bit about the countries. The United States is pretty much one of the favorites going into this match. They're also one of the favorites to actually win the tournament. So this is a huge country to for Poland to face. Although Poland, to have gotten up to this point is not bad either. Honestly, Poland has been doing really well up until now. Yeah, the US, as someone might say, is big if true. But still, the last match that Poland had to go through was against Germany. Germany, one of the underrated underdogs of the tournament. I think Germany, in my opinion, Germany had a lot of late game potential. They might have been lacking a little bit in terms of early game, but I think they actually prepared for the late game. So Poland actually getting the upper hand against Germany, 5-2. Really cements their expertise, and they really do deserve at least top 12, and they will be indeed fighting for the top 12. Also, shoutouts to Poland currently having this week their qualifiers for their national tournament MP4K5. And right now we've got something by Lindsay Sterling, really something to sit back and relax. But this might not be the actual warm-up that we're going to see. Although I like this song. Okay, this might be the actual Polish warm-up. The previous map was perhaps the US's warm-up. So this apparently is a simulation of the ranked meta in 2041. So watch out, PP farmers. This is what you're gonna farm in 2041. Hopefully, laser will be out by then. Top tier background, by the way. And it seems that Thanos actually snapped Kama's field of view away. I would like to give another shout out. Shout outs to the flashlight tournament FL4T. They're currently also having a 4K flashlight tournament somewhere at the same time as this as well. And it seems that Kama is trying out the flashlight tournament's grand final pool inadvertently. Wow, this build-up is so good. Very nice patterns. This is basically a jump drill. Yeah, I mean, I've heard about the match that is going on right now. I think it's Ting versus Zaken. We were training earlier in the day with the French team, and I think Zaken. Oh my God, this burst. Yeah, Zaken definitely mentioned that the flashlight tournament was a thing. And it seems that Kama just completely gave up on flashlight, but sometimes flashlight is kind of hard, so you can understand. Anyways, talking about the United States are actually coming from the winners bracket. This is the losers bracket, by the way. The United States is in the losers bracket. This is not fake. And the reason for that is that the United States actually lost to the Netherlands 5-4, well, 4-5. In a really exciting tiebreaker. I suggest you watch that match if you haven't already. Honestly, fought right up to the last moment. It all came down to the last minute of the tiebreaker. God, those patterns. Oh my God, this pattern. And yeah, that's it for this warm-up. And we've seen both. I was I was gonna say dab. I looked at the screen and I instantly saw dab somehow. But logically, that's not how you read this normally. Someone might see dab as well as someone else. Wait, 2021 missed this? Is that intentional? Oops. And we're gonna see a very weak roll from Kama, unfortunately. Kama being completely exhausted by the warm-up. And only rolling a 10, unfortunately. And it seems that the other roll that we can't see on screen was a 79. So right now, I think that the United States might be looking at banning LN because Poland is actually kind of strong on LNs. And I think the lineup from the United States might suffer like in late game for LNs. But I might be completely wrong. So the United States is actually going to ban Chronon despite the existence of Dr. Big. I think the Chronon ban might be at the demise of Dr. Big. Really unfortunate, but we might see something on Rift.exe. And right now, Poland, honestly, I don't know what they're gonna ban. They might be going to ban Rise because the United States, we're in semifinals right now, and starting on the semifinals, the United States are starting to get their late game roster in, and they have a very, very viable late game roster, and it seems that Poland is indeed opting for a Rise ban. They're banning Euphoria, the stamina pick. And right now, Poland has the upper hand, and I think they're gonna ban. Well, they're gonna pick something LN oriented at first, and they're gonna test the waters with Narashte. Arguably one of the most appreciated songs in the map pool, so up to a great start. So this one has LNs and is kind of core jack oriented as well. It's kind of slower than a fair bit of the map pool, so testing the waters with this one might be a wise choice right here. Kind of feel how the United States is doing overall on the map pool. And we see the rare appearance of Phalos on the US side, and Kama and Skep on as huge pillars of their team. And Poland has Kalarawa, Casey Monkey, and Yamakasi. Mind you, Narashite doesn't really let up at all as a pick, and it's almost kind of stamina draining in a way. Those little patterns, those little gem stream bursts, those broken gem streams, I guess, might be tripping some people off, and this is heavily chokeable, so we might see chokes from one side or the other. And right now, we're almost 700 notes in, and this is actually pretty tight. Kama and Skep doing a really great job of maintaining a 99.8 or something around that. Skep even climbing towards the 99.9. KFC Monkey having a really good 99.8 as well, but Yamakazi unfortunately having the first miss or drop of the room. And Karawa actually having the second one, and that's not gonna help Poland gain their first pick. And mind you, this is their own pick, so if they lose this one, that's a break point. And starting the match with a break point is not a good start for the receiving end. Like, looking at the accuracies, oh my god, Karawa is kind of releasing early a little bit in this break. And here we go towards the invest part. And it seemed that this part in particular has disturbed Yamakazu the most, dropping down to the 99.3 almost. And right now, the United States are holding tight to their overall accuracy. Kama having dropped a little bit in terms of accuracy, right from the 99.8 to the 99.6 almost. And this last part is probably like the toughest part of the song. And ironically enough, the guitar solo kind of lets up a little bit. And everyone's still holding a strong combo, and the United States still holding a full three-way full combo. And this is a pretty decisive lead from the United States, and the United States is going to gain the first break point, and that is really significant for them. Skep having the usual really impressive ratio, KFC Monkey having a pretty good ratio as well, and that 200 count is pretty decent as well. Respects to Kama as well, having slightly better MA than KFC Monkey, but having worse 200 count. And this seemed close enough that Poland could actually maybe get 1 point or 2 on Hybrid and LN maps, although I would be doubtful about going Empire Flame. Empire Flame is pretty intense, and it seems that the United States is going the strange route of banning an SV and picking the SV as their first pick. So Ripto DXC is kind of an interesting pick. This is well, kind of a mix of kind of a mix of memo and reading, depending on how you receive the map itself. Like, there's a lot of spots. There's a lot of spots where you can lose accuracy on it solely by release timing, and there are a lot of different release timings, enough that we can call this LNSV. This is an LNSV pick. And I remember checking like the LN ratio for this one. It's like almost 40%. And right now we see a rare occurrence as well from the United States. The SV lineup is going to be Kama, Skep, and Phalos. Skep actually playing an SV, and Dr. Big not taking part in this SV this week, which is a little bit strange since Dr. Big is kind of one of their main assets in terms of SV. Wait, what is even their usual lineup? It might be Kamaskep and Dr. Big. Well, it might depend. There might be 4 or 5 people able to do SVs on the United States' end. Right now, we're just waiting for Kaloroa to actually sync up with everyone. We're going to have a quick flashback very soon. Right now, we're going to see it if client behaves. Right now we see a distinct difference going into the first drop. Is that pretty much everyone on the United States' side was starting from a 99%. Everyone is dropping towards the 98% due to those releases, and Phalos even dropping. That's pretty major for Poland. Right now, Poland has a huge accuracy deficit. The accuracy deficit is so huge that the United States can actually afford 1 or 2 drops and misses. Because right now the average accuracy from Poland is actually 97, rather than compared to the United States' average accuracy of 98.5. And right now, the lead seems to be really consequent for the United States, and it's even growing bigger as Otis kind of shows this little jump stream pattern. And mind you, this SV is actually OD 8.3. I have no idea why this is OD 8.3. This, I would like to rant about this OD 8.3 on a map that really relies on LN releases. I mean, it's fair game. It's fair game to rely on LN releases, but 8.3 OD is just overkill. Anyways, the lead doesn't show any sign of tipping towards Poland, as Kalora even goes towards the 96%, and KFC Monkey is not far from joining them. Well, her. Phalos dipping towards the 97, and the other Americans maintaining that 98%, really good. And anyways, this is gonna be 113,000 points lead by the United States. The fact that they banned Chronon might be a sign that they might have wanted to either not train this or protect information for their potential next match, which is going to be against the Philippines. And we all know that the Philippines is actually a pretty good has a pretty good standing in terms of SVs, especially with our cats, but not. But their other players are also pretty knowledgeable in terms of SVs, so they can definitely manage some good scores on Chronon, I expect. Please don't spam the Discord, Arcat. Yeah, it might be either quote unquote laziness, not wanting to spend time on learning Chronon, which is understandable because it's something that you need to put work on, or just maintaining, or just not wanting to disclose any information about Chronon to the Philippines. We will only know tomorrow when the United States and the Philippines are potentially going to fight. But right now we're seeing the United States versus Poland, and Poland can still bring it back. And they seem to be picking Ellen to try and bring it back. Good decision, because I think, yeah, Poland's strategy right now is basically try and upset the United States, starting from the LNs. I don't think they're really gonna start with the advantage on Rise, so they're going from LNs. But anyways, Hush is the Ellen density pick. And Ellen density is a weird Ellen skill in that not everyone is really fit to do it. Some people will just kind of mind block or just not be able to deal with the density inverses and so on. It really depends on the person. And so we might see some strange performances from some people that we might expect would do well on LN density, but depending on the map, well, we're just gonna have to see. And mind you, this is like 74 BPM, or if you double it, 148. This is pretty slow, and slow LNs might be deceptive sometimes. Like, it's a well-known fact that LN Dance, for example, starting from Dan 10, really become speed LNs, and speed LNs are just kind of different. They play different because of the timing windows. And perhaps the presence or not of Percy skins. I have no idea if any of those players are actually Percying their skins, but this is completely allowed in tournament rules. Anyways, back to the match. We see a huge advantage from the United States, mainly coming from Kama and Skep, maintaining a huge 99.8 accuracy. And from Poland's side, we see we see good performance from Kararowa and a decent performance from Adamello. But Yamakaze kind of roaming in the middle of the 98s started dropping. And I think Yamakaze is not going to have a fun time in the second half of the song if they're already missing there. Oh, Skep with a substantial drop right here, dropping from 99.8 to 99.5. And this is where Yamakaze is not gonna have fun at all. And Kararowa either is starting to show some signs of weakness. Oh, Kama dropping in the last 100 notes of the song. Really a shame because Kama was on an FC and probably okay. Vela's actually getting the FC, but not necessarily a greater score than Kama right here. Still a really great performance overall by the American team. 69 200s, yes, of course. And at this point, I don't know if Poland is willing to bet on one Sklo for next pick, or if they're gonna go with something more out of there. For example, Alice in Mystic Garden. Alice in Mystic Garden, I expect would go towards the United States, just given their relative ease on chord jacks. At least I can expect like a 998k from Skep, maybe even from Kama. So not really a pick for Poland, I expect. Or maybe if they can use Muskas really well on Alice. Anyways, this is the United States' turn to pick, and having spent their SV pick, they might go back to Rice, or even pick Empire of Flame, which I expect would be in their favor as well. They're going with one Sklo. They're not letting Poland pick one Sklo, which is quite interesting. They might be trying to enjoy a huge lead against Poland right here, because right now, from Hush's results, Hush was a 141,000 point lead for the United States. So maybe they want to reiterate this for something safe. And yeah, this is pretty much the longest Ellen pick with 4 minutes and 27 seconds. And we're going to welcome Sakawa in the commentating booth.
Yo, what's up?
Nothing much. We're just watching the United States going against Poland. And right now it's 3-0. Oh, Kama and Phalos up to some odd starts, and especially Kama with the initial drop.
Holding all 99s.
Yeah, I mentioned that Poland had their Ellen skills as an asset, and this might be helpful in helping them get that first point.
Yeah, US isn't really LN heavy.
Yeah, so mind you, this is the US pick. US actually picked Once Glow to go against Poland, fully knowing that Poland had some LN assets on their side. So right now we're going into the techie part of the map, and we're gonna see if people choke this one, because it's very chokeable.
Is this the hybrid pick or the LN?
It's LN1. It's like still mainly release based, but there's this this section that makes you question whether or not it's an LN pick, because it's quite techie in nature. Oh, Phalos! This might cement Poland's lead for this one. Especially if Kama's gonna miss right now.
Maybe if one of Poland drops, US can maybe catch up.
Well, Skep's still holding strong with a 99.68, almost 69. And I expect Skep is gonna try to hold that 69.
Funny number.
But still, the lead is still on Poland's side, and Adamello actually dropping right there, but it's not going to be enough for the United States to take back that lead. Although the lead is getting smaller and smaller.
The US is catching up a bit.
It seems that the lead is going towards Poland a little bit now, since I think either Kama or Phalos dropped some accuracy there. I think Phalos did. I think Phalos did.
Pretty sure Poland's got this, unless someone breaks combo.
Well, the lead is not that substantial.
US clutch?
Oh my god, you cast it! You absolutely cast it.
Oh, that clutch is insane.
Oh my god. That's a 455-point lead from the United States, taking it in the last 10 seconds. What? Poland! Poland had the lead the entire time, almost the entire time. And the United States just came in the last 10 seconds and stole that lead from Poland. And right now we see no points for Poland. Oh my god.
Let's see what Poland picks.
Yeah, this might encourage Poland to go ahead with LNs again. LN3, La Creme of the Wasteland. And just like a book, the script is still going on. The script is still being followed diligently by Poland. And we're gonna see La Creme of the Wasteland, LN3.
I don't think I've seen this map before. I wonder how it looks.
I think given the results of Once Glow, this is probably going to be interesting. This might still be in the US's favor because it's less release based. But there's this one part, like the right on the climax, that might trip people up. And maybe it's going to be a difference in misses.
This is losers bracket, right?
This is losers bracket, and let me remind you that the United States is actually in the losers bracket. This is kind of rare to see.
Here we go.
So right now I just noticed something. Kama, Scat, and Phalos actually played the entire match. And Adamello dropping really early on.
I don't know why, but I unironically like the skin that we're using for the tournament.
Oh, I think it reads fine. And right now from this first spot, we see Kama soaring up in terms of accuracy. Scat a little bit less so, maybe choked some 200s here and there. Oh no, Adamello choking in a crucial part of the map. Okay, Skep and Kama are coming closer in terms of accuracy. However, Skep is just dropping a little bit, ever so slightly. But still, the lead is still huge for the United States. But however, two simultaneous misses from Kama and Fails might tip it towards Poland.
Poland might catch up.
Oh, this is a very close call.
I think it's about 11k difference. I'll have to check the multiplayer link.
Yeah, 1,300.
1 point,
points.
Yeah, 1.3k difference.
Yeah, it was very close. I think Poland really needed the song to be like 3 seconds longer, and then they would have had the point.
Poland still did really good, in my opinion.
Yeah, honestly, really respectable scores. KFC Monkey and Yamakasi actually not getting really close scores of 986 and 985. That's really huge in semi-final LNs.
See what United States will pick.
Yeah, right now there are not that many picks remaining. They could go for hybrid, but they're going with Ripcord instead. Ripcord being the best oriented tech.
Is this a Rice pick? Oh, I didn't get to see it.
Yeah, its Rice is tech. Best oriented tech.
I haven't seen the name I like XD in a while.
Also, shoutouts to I Like XD for being ranked not once but twice.
I do not like Makaba. That chart scares me.
Yeah, red code is kind of scary, especially if you're in an FC or die situation.
Did Oscar change his name to Moscas?
Alright, they're trading players. Or they're trading nicknames. Must be some
Dr. Big.
expensive scheme. Okay, so we're actually gonna see Dr. Big for this one. Quite interesting, I must say.
Dr. Big didn't load in yet, or is that a client thing?
Alright, we're in. Oh no, Kama! Kama actually getting that first miss, but KFC Monkey following right after. It's a shame though, because KFC Monkey had the best score for Poland, and them dropping is going to be major for them. Right now, the accuracy differential is pretty major between the United States and Poland.
Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't blame them if it's like map.
Yeah, but honestly, I have no idea how, but Skep is still maintaining a 99.8. Alright, we're getting into that last part, and that last part might be really chokeable as well. Especially for Skep and Dr. Big. Dr. Big actually having an FC, that's pretty cool to see. Oh, Kama choking before the weird inverse outro. God, what is this ratio from Skep? 158 regulars and 1200 on attack map. 994k on attack map. That's okay. It's just almost like an accuracy map to God Almighty Skep. And honestly, great job to Poland for making it this far. They really did great right up until the end. Like 975 average on this kind of tech in semifinals is really respectable. But unfortunately, there's an end to everything, and Poland is gonna have to settle for a top 12.
Good job to the United States and Poland.
The next match for the United States is gonna be against the Philippines, as Philippines won against Hong Kong earlier today. And right now we have all our losers bracket matches settled for tomorrow. We're gonna have the US versus Philippines. We're gonna have the UK versus Thailand, and we're still gonna have France versus Brazil. France versus Brazil, arguably the most major match of the week, and also Malaysia versus the Netherlands. Do you have any thoughts, Sakawa, on these matches in particular?
What did you say? I couldn't hear you.
Do you have any thoughts on those 4 remaining matches that are gonna go tomorrow?
USA and Philippines?
For example.
I don't know, it's gonna be pretty tough. All I know is that Philippines have some pretty good players too, like the USA.
Honestly, going from the SVs, I'm interesting to see the results. So, but we're gonna close the day with this one, and all of those 4 matches are gonna go tomorrow. Don't miss them. Anyways, it's been a pleasure to commentate with you, and I hope you have a great time and have a nice rest of your day.